Welcome, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is Tuesday and we are back. And we are starting in Prasino today instead of Rosa Ouro because we're going to Rosa Ouro and we're going to spend most of our time there. We're going to talk about something that happened at the end on Saturday, the end of the stream, and that is that there was trouble in Rosa Ouro. I'm going to change my view for a minute. We're standing in Prasno. It is a nice sunny day. We made in Twitch this morning, we actually made a change. I decided that Postco was not going to finish this building because I wanted to work on it. And because I wanted to work on it and it's going to change so drastically, I decided that I didn't want to wait until he did the level 5. He can work on something else. And as a matter of fact, Postco is working on the downtown dairy and sheep farm, which is essentially for the children. Hello. Essentially for the kids. And he is working on that right now. So apparently, because they were in this little house and because it was only for the children, and we weren't really concerned about getting a lot out of these two places, they had not been brought up to the level 5. So this was a level 3, and Postco this morning just made it a level 4. When he's done, he's going to work on the level 4 for this farm right here, which is Trey. Yes, it is Trey. Hi, Trey. It is Trey's farm. Trey, what are you complaining or not? You haven't had enough time to sleep. Okay. And both of them are going to say that just for a second. That's fine. You do what you're doing. And so this is what we're going to, so Postco is working on that, but we're not going to do this today. And if you remember, we were working on the antiquities library, and we're not going to do that today. What we're going to do is look at the problem that started actually here with Rosa Ouro. This is Prasino. Rosa Ouro is the gold mining town, and Prasino is the town with the magic groves. Prasino and Rosa Ouro have been trading a lot recently. They've been using balloons to trade. And the balloons that they've been using to trade, there's one right over there. That blue balloon is actually a courier balloon. And on Guardian's Rock, we have another balloon. We have a green balloon. So there are 2 courier balloons here that have been used to trade outside of the town. And those balloons are visit other towns. So Rosa Ouro had not really had a courier come to town until recently, and in a balloon, in their green balloon. They have a green balloon too. And the courier who came to town, and let's see which courier it actually is. Let's look at this and let's make a decision on the courier who came to town at that particular time. It would have been the last courier, which is interesting because women couriers were coming here. But this last time, what's her name? Her name is Monica, I believe. Monica used to do the balloon. Riley was doing the balloon for a while, but it wasn't until Emmanuel started doing the balloon. We have 2 Emmanuels. One of them is the baker, and he came to town as an adult. the other is one of Marmadoc's grandchildren, is a son by Bowden and Rory. And he recently took over the balloon, if I'm not mistaken. And that would make sense for what is going to happen today with the story that we have, that that his taking over the balloon at maybe a family dinner or something. He mentioned that when he was in Prasino, when he dropped his balloon here, that he had something wrong. He got sick and he went to the hospital. And when he went to the hospital, this is what he saw. There's Fastrid. Fastrid is out in his garden, his lavender garden, and you can see that he is collecting some lavender. And this is the hospital right here. This is the main hall of the hospital. There's a little waiting area here, but this is the doctor's office. This is actually where Fastrid works, and you can see that he has a very large office with books, with a chair, comfortable chair, and lighting, and all sorts of things, including a special table in his office for examinations. And he has an upstairs area here where he can have more books and do some experimentation and collect his herbs, and he has files on all of the people who live in town. And this is his desk up here. So as you can see, this is a pretty amazing hospital, and the intensive care, when they have to separate a person who is contagious or something or needs intensive care, they come up to this area and they're cared for here. And so that is the hospital. You'll see there's plenty of ingredients for medicines here, and he essentially wants for nothing. And Emmanuel mentioned this at the desk, and at the dinner, I should say, and Marmadoc walked away from the dinner and was very angry. And he walked away from the dinner and was very angry because he doesn't have those things at his hospital. And so he had talked to Fried Swidey, who is a member of the council, and his partner, his partner and the mother of his children. And he had talked to Fried Swidey about it, but Fried Swidey was saying, oh, they'll get to it. They'll get to the hospital eventually. They always do. Look how long it took for me to get the school and to get the library and things like that. But we haven't gotten to the hospital yet. And other projects have been started, and there has been a rumor that the ambassador, me, will soon be moving to two other towns that the Tana Nation, the Mermaid Nation that I am from, considers it. Let me see, what can I do while I am talking? Is there something that I need to work on that can be worked on easily while I'm having this conversation? Yes, removing milk. So the other nations, we need to remove 500 milk, and let me see where we're at. There is this rumor that the ambassador is actually going to move on, that the town will be fine by itself. Aha. So we've removed 492, but they need to get down to 600. And that will be the amount. They're giving Rosa Ouro 500 milk. And so we just have to find all the milk. So I'll do that while I am talking. So let's come here. Let's come here. Let's go to milk. Let's get the buckets. We're getting rid of the buckets. And let's find the other places where there are buckets. We still have some buckets here, so we'll get rid of these. And so, Marmaduke is a very good doctor. Marmaduke came in as an adult, and in other words, he emigrated to Rosa Ouro. And when he came in at the same time that Merrimack came in. Merrimack, who is Rosa Ouro's undertaker. Now, they roomed together. In other words, they shared a yurt together for a long time while they were waiting for housing. And then they shared housing with Fright Switey and Fallon, but they lived together and became friends, and they were very close. And then when the graveyard was built in Rosa Ouro, Merrimack decided that that is what he ultimately wanted to do. He had tried some other things. He had worked at the bank. He had done a lot of stuff like that, but he wasn't really, let me get this. I saw it and it disappeared just that quick. There we go. He wasn't interested in any of the other fields, and he had been a researcher and all that kind of stuff. And so he now thought that undertaking was perfect. And the undertaker is located on the other side of town, actually in the industrial area, from the main hospital where Marmaduke is. So that means that the two best friends were separated from each other and don't see each other that often. So when Emmanuel brought this news that the Prosino doctor had this amazing hospital, Marmaduke went to Merrimack and was telling him that he was really angry and really upset that that the hospital in Rosa Ouro had not gotten the same treatment. Thank you. I'm just having some honey drink. And so he was very upset about this, and he was talking to his best friend. His best friend was like, well, now calm down for a minute. We don't know what happened there. We don't know, what was going on. Is it really, your grandson is not a doctor. Would he really recognize like if this doctor had more than you do? The doctor in Prosino had more than you do. Why don't I, because you can't leave, because people need for the doctor to be present all the time, why don't I sneak out? I will go on a reconnaissance mission and see what I can find about this news that Prosino has this amazing hospital and all these kinds of things. So So Marmaduke agreed with that and said that he appreciated it. And so Merrimack went to visit. And this is when the ambassador from New Manchester, Mr. Villager, actually sent this message. And the message was right here, saying that there was something on that they had seen someone who wasn't one of the members of this town who was around. Let me see how many I still need to take. And the villagers who saw that were wondering what was going on. And so let me come here. Let me do milk for a minute. I just need to make sure that there are 500, so we need 300 more. And so, wait, did I do it again? I think I did. So they saw Merrimack, and Merrimack was trying not to be noticed, trying to stay hidden, didn't come really into town and stay overnight, was camping outside of town. And so this is kind of suspicious for villagers to see. This is sort of suspicious behavior. So the villagers told the ambassador what they saw, and the ambassador said something to me, since we're both ambassadors. And let me come here and let me put these in. And so so I was like, are you sure? Are you sure it was actually one of our people? And so the ambassador asked who the doctor was. And then, so I told him about Marmaduke, that Marmaduke was our doctor. And because he was saying that the doctor was saying bad things about them. And it's like, wait a minute, what are you talking about? So apparently what happened was the doctor, Marmaduke, he wanted to see for himself. And so he left with Merrimack and went, he told Merrimack they couldn't both be gone at the same time. It would be too suspicious. So since Merrimack had already gone, Merrimack gave him the maps and everything. And Marmaduke came on his own to see what was going on here. So on either his way here or his way back, and it was probably on his way back, Merrimack began to have this idea that the villagers that live in New Manchester, slow down, okay, have a, ooh, okay, have a breath. Okay, hi. I will slow down with the story. So, hi, Zaf. Welcome. Hold on for a second. And let me do this. I'm still looking for milk for a minute. Have a good month. Oh, good. This is the beginning of a really good month. And thank you. Thank you, Zaf. And I'm looking forward to that for you too. I am wishing you a good month. This is the month of the new year. This is the month with Halloween in it, the month of Samhain. And at the end of the month, we're going to have all sorts of celebrations again. That is the big celebration, the big harvest. And so Yeah, so we're going to come here, but thank you, Zaf. I'll slow down a little bit and take a breath. Okay. So that's what happened with Merrimack. He came to visit, and when he did, on his way back, he wanted to see New Manchester. He wanted to see this town that was getting all this special help, getting more special help than they were. Because during the time that Rosa Ouro was starving, Merrimack and Marmaduke found out that the Prasino citizens were not starving during that time. And so then a misunderstanding began to happen. It began to be that they were being treated less than villagers. And that caused the hatred and the feelings. Hi, Gandolphus. The hatred and the feelings that the villagers were actually the reason why Rosa Ouro was not getting what Prasino was getting. That the villagers were the problem. And so, because of that, when he saw the village and when villagers came out to talk to him, he was very negative, and he was defensive, and they thought that he was going to attack, and so they attacked him and injured him. He actually got injured. According to Mr. Villager, they injured him, and this is the reason why. The reason why was, this is what Mr. Villager said. Okay, enough. Yes, it was me. Don't just put Merrimack, the person, on. This is what he told the council. You're stupid fools, idiots. See how you act like wild pigs. Listen, you are certainly the ones who are going to bring the doom to this city. This is what he told the villagers. So don't get into our stuff. You are a problem to us. You have drained enough of our warehouses. You are like parasites. You are the ones who are always preaching in the ambassador's ear about how and what she should do. So that is where the misunderstanding is, where there is this idea that the villagers somehow were the cause of Rosa Ouro's problems. That's quite a thing, isn't it? So how do I fix this? Because he got injured by another community. That's the kind of stuff that starts wars. And so what could be done in order to straighten this out? And so this is why we came to Prasino first, to show that Prasino has been providing Rosa Ouro with milk, providing Rosa Ouro with eggs, maybe not enough. And maybe that's part of the problem. Let me get these out of here because I don't want them to eat them. And maybe that is one of the things that led to Marmaduke telling other Rosa Ouro residents that villagers are the problem, that it's villagers that have made it that they suffered, that they didn't get enough food when the food situation happened, when the new food system was made, and we were not able to help them in the beginning because we were allowing the food system to run to see if it was going to work. Yeah, you exile them. The druids are spies. Well, this is the doctor and the grave digger, the undertaker, who snuck out and who did this, who got this in their head, and who started spreading this to Rosa Ouro's community to the point that they had to call a town hall and explain what was really going on. And so we came here for a moment just to show that Rosa Ouro definitely is in a different situation than Prasino. Rosa Ouro already has a lot of the research done. And let's come here for a minute. I'm going to stop doing the milk for a second. I think I have almost enough. And let me see how much we took out. We had 1,000 in the warehouse, and now we have 689. So we need another 100 for a moment. And I might as well go ahead right quick and try and get it while we talk about this. Yeah, so there we have it. We have a conflict. We have a conflict that ended with someone being injured. And so now the people in Rosa Ouro are saying, well, are these villagers dangerous? I mean, do we need to have knights and archers? Are the druids enough? I mean, look what happened to Marmaduke. He got injured by villagers. And so I'm just the ambassador. So Tucker and Pierce are the mayors. Pierce is the mayor of Rosa Ouro. There is a town council made up of the first four. So that includes Fright Swidey, Pierce, Keanu, and Isabella. So they would have to talk to the town. Did they go away? Yeah. They would have to talk to the town and talk to the people. So that is one of the things that happened. And so we need knights and archers. Actually, we don't. We want to solve this a peaceful way. And we do have a peaceful way of solving it. And this has always been the thing that I'm not really interested in losing people, having families, mourn the loss of their children, the loss of family members who are knights and archers. I don't want to do that. I don't like it. When Vincentius Primus was playing, I did have them because he was mostly in charge of knights and archers and things like that. And Zaf exiled the druids. Zaf, you will remember when it changed, when in 16, all of a sudden, the mobs began to attack the villagers. And at that point, we had to have a treaty with the mobs so that they would not attack the villagers. They would not come into the towns, and they would leave the colonists, not villagers, the colonists. They would leave the colonists, what Minecolonies calls the citizens, the colonists alone. And yes, so yeah, so let me see if I think that's enough for right now. I think it is. Let's come here and look at milk. So think about it. Think about the things that are happening here. There is 645. I think that's going to be, that's like 450 for Rosa Ouro of milk. So let's put this here, 450 Rosa Ouro for milk. And let's come back to here. So we need 450 buckets because we're going to transfer that milk to bottles, and the buckets are going to be recycled. And I think if we look here, we already recycled buckets. So all of this milk is actually going to go to Rosa Ouro and is going to, and then the buckets will be recycled. Okay, let me go to sleep for a minute. I'm going to go up to, and it didn't do any good to the story for Rosa Ouro's people, who were already a little concerned.
Good night.
Good night. Remember Lord of the Rings movie that saw two huge statues at sea before the city? Yes, I remember that. Those statues were gorgeous. Yeah. It didn't help Rosa Ouro to hear stories of the Druids being injured when they went to actually help the villagers. And so I talked with the town council and explained what happened. And then I talked with the town council and explained what the problem was. And that way Tucker, not me, Tucker and the town council would talk to the town council. I'm a mob. I'm a mermaid. I'm actually a mob, a monster. So their trust in me is based off of the fact that they know that no one is attacking them because of the treaties that my people, the mermaids, have made with the other mobs. Witches, Endermen, skeleton. The skeleton keep the creepers in line. The witches keep the spiders in line. The skeleton's children, the zombies are all kept in line, including the drowned. That is all on the skeletons. So that is one of the things that we know is going on, and the mermaids are part of the mob group. And you say, what do you mean? And let me get in the water here. I think just getting in this little bit of water might be enough to turn me into a mermaid. And it is enough to turn me into a mermaid. So you can see that I do have a tail underwater, and that is why I am considered a mod. And so let me get out of the water and let us continue for just a moment. I'm going to look. We're actually going to spend 2 hours in Rosa Ouro. But since we are here in Krasno for a minute, that will happen to the Druids, back to the forest. You're just loving this story, aren't you, Zaf? You're just having so much fun with Mr. Villager's story. You are. So, Um, First of all, Marmaduke and Merrimack, they left town without an escort. They left town without informing anyone. And so the injuries that he got, were because he did something illegal. And so we are not going to put the lives of everyone in the city on the line for something that was done illegally. And so, no, we're not going to war. Secondly, to explain, yes, Tucker is going to apologize for the ambassador, me, and for the council for not realizing that Marmaduke had not received the things that he needed for the hospital, that his hospital is still a shell, and that he actually needed to get some more. He needed to get things, and he did not get them. And so, and to explain that the reason that Prosino did not suffer during the food shortage was because of the Druids, because they have a larger Druid community. And Rosa Ouro is about to have a Druid learning center. And that is one of the things that will give it a larger Druid community. And maybe with that Druid Learning Center, we're going to have a rabbit hutch for the Druids. And that will be something that will happen. Mr. Villager is not going to like that. Yeah. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. We definitely will. So right now, Postco is not working on the, he is supposed to be working on the in-town farms. We figured out this morning on Twitch that we don't need the extra field right now. That in fact, the wheat, we have more than enough wheat. And so we are going to return that other wheat field to a durum field. We figured out that we have something like 10,000 eggs. So we are not going to have any. We harvested most of the chickens. Let's get durum here. Durum, there it is. We harvested most of the chickens. So just left Quentin's pet chicken was the only chicken that wasn't harvested. And I'm going to change this back to a durum field right now. I'm sure that they're all going to love that. He's like, I just got it turned over to a normal field and now you're going to change it back? Sorry, yes I am. So pick seeds and let's get the durum. And there it is, and select that. So he will ask for wheat. Nope, I didn't do it. Pick seeds, pick the durum. Here you are, I rushed. There we go. And that is the new seed here. We're going to go back to growing durum wheat for food. The farm animals do not need wheat right now, and we're not going to have the larger dairy farm for a little bit, which means that the far field, the field that we were going to put all the way up here, I thought I fixed this. Maybe I missed that one. I could have sworn that I fixed those things. Does that mean it grew back? Does that mean that, no, see, there's dirt underneath these. That's what it means. How interesting. I didn't think that was possible. But it looks like the green grew back. which means that we would have to not use dirt. We'd have to use dirt. We'd have to use coarse dirt so it wouldn't grow back. Or rooted dirt. I don't think rooted dirt of natural blocks will grow back. Let me see what the rooted dirt looks like. The coarse dirt is darker. The rooted dirt is nice. Ooh, that's nice. Let's use the rooted dirt here. Those actually grew back. That is so interesting. The grass grew back underneath those slabs because I know I fixed that. So let's go to the other places where we had done this, and we're going to put this in. So what's happening is that the things that were told, the things that were misunderstood by Rosa Ouro about Prosino were straightened out, and they can see that they are going to be included in having enough druids that that is so freaky that did that. That grew back green. And they're going to have their own berry farm. They are not going to have a milk farm. They know they're not, but they also know that they can count on, they have been guaranteed that they can count on Prosino for milk, and that they don't have to worry about not having enough milk. Let me change this so that it doesn't change into green when I'm not looking. And so we'll do that. This one right here, let's make it that. And I think we're good for these parts. These are just blocks down here. And I think I've gotten them all back. So right over here on this slope, we are going to have another field. But we're going to have Elise work on it, or Dondanas work on it when the time comes. Or we will try Posco again and see if he will work on that field without being silly. Yes, he was being silly. That's what I'm going to say. All right. So this barn, what I'm going to do, I just realized, is I'm going to bring the building all the way up to this walkway and to this fence right here. So we're actually not going to need this fence right here because we're going to change the barn door and put it on the side of this building. So we're going to be doing a lot to this building right here. This part right here where this is where the fence is, this entire section here is going to become the new area. So see how this is put together? So we're going to have to put it together first with these, and then after we do that, we'll have to figure out how we get, see they're connected, how we, I'm only going to be able to bring it, wait, wrong side, shoot. That's not the right side. That side's going to remain the same. I made a boo-boo. Let's put this here. So I'm waiting for Mr. Villager to come back and to come into the stream so that he can hear the story in Rosa Ouro. So while I'm waiting, I'm going to start working on this project that I'm doing right here. I think we are not going to have this window. I think right here, we're going to fill this part in, and we'll fill it in from this side right here. Right here, I have to be up high enough, there we go, so that these are actually on the ground. I'm going to put this right across here, and this is the end of the building right here. So the new addition These are the walls for it right here, and it's going to come across like this. So see this part. Today you cook spaghetti and tuna. Ooh, that sounds lovely, actually. Yum. That definitely sounds delicious. Let's see if we can make this come across this way. And we can, so this is the end right here. And on this end, we're going to have it go this way. So let me look at this part of the house right here. See where that is? Yeah, that's what I want to see. And it doesn't really have this part, but we have to bring this roof part over. So we are going to have this section right here be this kind right here. So in order to do that, let me just bring this up at the corner, and then this side right here. So think about cows. Cows, let's go look at a cow for a second. I want to see how much of a block they take up. So is medium. It is medium. It's but it was okay. You cook spaghetti and tuna. What did you use for the sauce? Did you just have did you do a salad? Did you use mayonnaise, or was it hot? Was it hot spaghetti or cold spaghetti? So when you look at a cow is, see when they walk over something? So a cow is a single block. It looks like they are a single block. Okay, so we'll use that as one of the things over here. Let's rise up into the air. There we go. Am I rising up? I am not. Am I stooping? I might be stooping, and that would make it that I wouldn't be able to rise up in the air. Okay, now I'm rising and not stopping. Okay. I love making salad, tuna salad, noodle salad, tuna noodle salad. Yum, so delicious and very fun. So if we're going to have the cows come in, this door is going to be moved, oops, thank you, to this side. So we could put a door, we'll see in a minute whether this is going to be the door, the main door, or whether this is going to be just where the people come in. You boil the spaghetti, you open the tuna, and you drop it in, while the spaghetti is cooking. Okay. Okay, interesting. So this should be where the hay and all of this stuff is. So this is still going to be here, this door. What will probably happen is it'll only be, remember that window that was there? This doorway is probably going to be, yeah, in the end, yeah. After the spaghetti is done on the plate. I understand. Oh, I did say while it was cooking, didn't I? I did indeed. But no, I get what you're saying. Let's put this here. Let's put one of these right here for right now until I figure out some of the other things that I'm going to do. Do I need... Sure enough, there's one going that way. Let's not have this one at all. let's have this come across. Oops, I have to be right here to get that to come across like that. Okay, and then we have that one, but as a matter of fact, we need the one that goes out this way. So we need this one to be here. So let's put this one here. There we go. And that's going in the right direction there. So I've got this one. If I wanted to, we could put that one there and then put this one here. But I got to see what it looks like for that part where it's obvious we're doing something different right here. Nope, I don't want to do that. So let's come over the top and put this in. So yeah, so when Vincentius and Primus and I make noodle salad or spaghetti salad using tuna, and we put mayonnaise and mustard and lime juice and garlic and things like that, and onions, and then the tuna. So we're making a tuna salad first, and then we put that on top of the noodles and mix it in after the noodles are done, after the spaghetti is done, whatever that we're doing. And so that's how we do that part. We're going to have to bring this over a second, but this is going to be this part of the house right here. We're going to end up bringing this over like this, except that we let's bring it like this for a minute. I'm going to go around to the other side and see. And we love making that. We love, that's one of our favorite meals, is that is a salad, is a noodle tuna salad. And it's very fun. Now where this is fine. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that look. And then we'll bring this whole part over all the way from this end right here. So the actual building ends right here. So we're bringing this entire bit over. You went nefarious today and teased two girls that were whispering with each other. She was naive and whispered an interesting word. Ah, interesting. Curious. Let's put these in the ground right here. And this is the part of the building where the cows are going to come. And we'll put that there. And then we'll put, I think we're going to put another door here. This door, a portion, we might bring this part back. No, we'll leave this and have all the hay. Remember all that hay that was outside? We'll leave it in here. You were teasing them. Let's come up here and let's put this piece on right there. Is that the one that goes all the way up? I think it is. I need a piece of this side just so that I can see how this gate thing is done, so that we'll know what the gate's going to look like in the long run. The gate's going to have this and this, and then it's going to have, it's not going to need these were to keep the cows from coming out. And in actuality, on this end, the fence is going to actually be, see where the fence is? The fence is actually going to be on the outside of this right here. I'm coming up to this part right here. And that is going to be the fence for that. And we'll move that opening over to this part right here. And as a matter of fact, If we have the cows come in right here, that opening would actually be, and how big was it? It was 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it was 4 across. And since the doorway is 2, so it was just a little bit, so it was larger than the doorway. 1, we can bring it back to here. 1, and there's that, and this side of the doorway right here, bring it to here. So this part of the farm is going to, actually, let's not do that. We want the cows to be able to get to that part. So we'll bring it right to here on this part of the building. And there we go. So we're extending this part right here for cows to come in and be milked in this area. And that is what we're headed towards. So this part of the farm that doesn't have any windows looks like this. There weren't any windows here. And we'll continue, or we could do this on that side. Oh, yeah, let's do that. So we're going to continue it and do that on that side. And that'll be cool. Uh-oh, we've got rain. We've got rain. So this part of the building comes to here. Only comes up this far. And then we have the roof right there. So the building comes up to there. So we don't actually need this section here. We have a section of this coming over like this. Since this is a walkway here, do we want to have this, hold on, come out? Let me see if we can even do that. I don't know that we can. It looks like that we should have this come out one more. But I don't think so. Let's try doing something right here. Just putting one more, and we cannot. Okay. So I think we're just going to leave this. It makes it seem like the door should be over here, right? It does make it seem like the door should be over there, which means that we were right in putting the doorway and making this over one. So we're going to do that. We're going to make it so that this is at the side of the house. I was thinking that I was not going to have it in a corner, but I am. And so let's put this down in this spot right here. 2, 3, right here. They didn't answer. Oh, they were frozen for 2 seconds when you talked to them, and they didn't answer. And then they realized, they were probably thinking, are you talking to us? You're like, he's talking to us. Isn't he talking to us? It's like, yes. Why is this? Oh, it does have that. It definitely does. Okay. So let's bring this part here over underneath. Put it in. Something's wrong there. Let me come back here. There we go. And put that one in. Okay. Yeah. So let's, oh wait, I don't need to take that away. I need to take this one away. This one is too soon. we're going to have this come over across this part. And so this is what we're working on. Oh yeah? All right. So there you have it, people. We're looking at some things that we're doing in Prasino, and we're going to continue doing them. But right now, we actually need to go over, and let me make this go away for a second. We need to go over to Rosa Ouro, where we're going to spend most of the time today. So here we go here, and let us say goodbye right now. Dun, 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 dun. We'll come back to Prasno on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And we will continue working on that building and putting in the dairy area. And then underneath, we're going to put in a cheese area under there, under the farm, under the barn. Single player, Rosa Ouro. So yeah. So one of the other reasons that Marmaduke was able to convince Merrimack that Rosa Ouro was not getting the same amount of treatment or the same treatment as Prasino or even the village, even Mr. Villager's village. Hello! Speaking of Mr. Villager, welcome, welcome, welcome. It is raining here. How are you? ¿Cómo está você? Oi! And I am good. I am very good. So, Mr. Villager is here, and now we will continue with the story. So earlier, when Mr. Villager wasn't here, when we were in Prasino, we were looking at what Marmaduke and Merrimack found when they visited. They weren't supposed to, when they illegally visited Prasino. And the way they illegally visited Prasino was this way. This balloon here, this balloon is now being used, now belongs to Emmanuel Hedresham. Emmanuel Hedresham is Marmaduke's grandson. And so he allowed he allowed the Marmaduke and Merrimack to sneak out of town in the balloon when he was making a delivery. It was Emmanuel who kind of accidentally started the problem, what was going on. Emmanuel started the problem because Emmanuel had visited Prasino and said, the doctor in Prasino has a much better hospital than you do, Marmaduke. He has this amazing hospital, and he's got all these rooms where he can do studies. He's got places for his books. He's got all that kind of stuff. And Marmaduke was like, wait, what are you talking about? And so when Marmaduke said he wanted to go see, Merrimack was at this dinner, this family dinner, Merrimack said, "Now wait a minute. You can't go see. You will be missed because you're the doctor. Let me go see." So, so we went to, that is true, Mr. Villager. Prasino was, the reason that Prasino is there is because of Zaf. And so that part is true. What he's saying about the Druids, we'll have to have a discussion about that. But Merrimack did come, was on a mission to find information, and he was sneaking around Prasino and seeing all the things that were different in Prasino from Rosa Ouro. And so when he came back and reported it, and then Merrimack wanted to see for himself, and so he got Emmanuel to take him, but he was spotted by villagers. So, Mr. Villager, here's the thing. Here's the thing that happened. Your villagers saw Merrimack and thought he was a player because he was mad and he was saying that they were the problem, in the same way that players disregard villagers and take all their stuff and leave them with nothing, take all their beds, take all their chests, take all their material belongings. And then when villagers tried to, I know, Zaf, I know you are, when villagers tried to make themselves better, in other words, tried to make themselves more valuable, then players started taking villagers. So you can imagine that villagers have some trauma around such a thing. You can imagine that they have some trauma around that. And that trauma that they experienced makes them attack because they're always being attacked. So they immediately wanted to eliminate this strange person who was not only threatening to them because they were villagers, but who they thought was a player who was threatening Prasino. And their relationship in Prasino had improved recently, and they thought that they were helping Prasino by attacking the doctor who was an intruder. And so that is part of that story. So when Marmaduke came back and he was injured, and he was telling his friends, and Fright Swidey, one of the council leaders, she's one of the first four, was telling them that Prasino was better off than they were, and that they did not suffer during the food shortage the way Rosa Ouro did. And that started other people in town grumbling about what happened, to the point that what happened was, let me come here for a minute. What happened was that there had to be a town meeting called because people were angry. We have visitors here, and believe it or not, I'm looking for Marmaduke. Marmaduke is missing. He's actually missing. And what happened when he got injured, he could not be the doctor at the hospital. And so this morning on the Twitch stream, he was replaced by one of his other grandsons, Marcos. Now, if you remember Marcos, Marcos was the teacher. Marcos was the teacher in the Earth Sciences School, children's school. And but Marcos has amazing medical history. He does have medical training. He has enough medical training to take over for Marmaduke. So Marcos is here. Marcos moved over and is in the dormitories up there. He's now living up there. Marcos's dad is Bowden, and Bowden is actually Bowden and Rory, and Bowden works here. So of course Bowden was fine with one of his sons coming and taking over since his dad was injured. We thought at the beginning that it was going to be Chloe from the Health and Wellness Center, who is Marmaduke's and Fright Swidey's daughter. We thought she was going to come over and take over being a doctor, but she didn't want to. And she wanted to stay. And I think she wants to stay and be available for Marmaduke. That she told Marcos that she feels that she could help him heal and better, and if she was still here. And so that was good. Another thing that happened when they were in town, we had actually moved Fright Swidey and Marmaduke to these buildings here because they had the pool. We had wanted to give them something special, the swimming pool, but we never got back to making this a real house. So literally this is 2 bedrooms and a pool and a little outdoor cooking area. So now this is one of the first 4 and the doctor. And the doctor, felt like that was, there he is right there. There's Marmaduke right there. He's not going into the house. Are they not going to use the beds? No, they're not. Okay, so I put them here, but they're not going to use the beds. I put them here because I thought this was gorgeous and they would love this. But unfortunately, the way the beds are in this house, these beds are not the first beds. So they won't come and sleep in the bedrooms. So I'm going to have to arrange a different house for them. I'm going to try, let me get them out of this house for a minute. Manage housing, let's unassign them here. They're going to downtown, but I think I can get to the other house I want to try before they get to the town hall. But we're going to try and have them live here and see if this house is much better appointed for them. And so see, this kitchen area is all situated. Now there's not a lot of places for them to have books and things. Maybe I shouldn't put them here, because even though that kitchen is done, there's not really a lot of room for them as academics. And so let's come in here and let's look at this one. I believe this is still the level 3, and it is. I'm not going to be able to put them in here. Let's put them in the level 5 right here. And this house is still vanilla, but it at least has the kitchen area. It has this bedroom here. We know that they'll use this bedroom, and pretty much we'll see which one of the bedrooms they prefer. So we're going to come here and assign both of them to this house. So this was one of the things. Would 25% of Prasino's goods, materials, and daily emeralds be possible? 25%? What are you talking about, Mr. Villager? You're going to have to tell me what you're talking about. You're moving to the next colony and druids are out. It's a secret. No. He's teasing. He's kidding. Okay, so I'm going to move them in here. And some daily emeralds be possible. I want to see what Mr. Villager is talking about. 25% is a lot. We'll see what he is referencing. Who is this 25% going to go to, first of all, and why? And so let's come over here. And let's come here. Omar is not feeling well. Omar might not be feeling good. I want to check and see if that's what's the matter.
Can I help you?
No, he's fine. He wants some gold ore. Okay, so he's waiting for pieces. And you want them in? What are you talking about? You're going to have to explain. I don't understand. I don't understand. So we'll find out in a minute what's happening. We'll find out if there is a misunderstanding, and we'll go from there. So, Marmaduke, nope, the druids are out. Location is here. Choosing. That is so cute. Nothing to worry. No, it's not about, I'm not worried. Tell me what you're talking about. Tell me what you're talking about. So, Pierce, Frightswhitey, Keanu, and Isabella are the first 4. They are the town council. So they called a town meeting, and the town meeting was held in the saloon. All the people came and filled up all the tables and chairs inside the saloon, and were standing around and listening. And Pierce explained what happened with Marmaduke, apologized on behalf of the ambassador for what was considered to be a disregard, not paying attention to what Marmaduke needed for the hospital and things like that, and telling the people that they are getting a Druid Learning Center, that Hira has been pulled off of working on the bakery in the other section of town to work solely on the Druid Learning Center, so that they would have more druids. with the Druid Learning Center, they are going to with the Druid Learning Center, they will be able to have a rabbit hutch. Now, the rabbit hutch we have in Prasino is actually a cliff-style rabbit hutch. I'm not sure I have a place for a cliff-style rabbit hutch here, and that is something I'll have to look at. This is the Druid Learning Center right here. We have some space right here. See this right here? This space where the stairwell is, right in this spot right here. We could put in a rabbit hutch for their druids. And the question is, which one do I want to put in? However, I'm just going to decide on a rabbit hutch and make and see if I can fit one in there. I'm not going to work on it because we are going to work on the hospital and get the things that Marmaduke is saying that he's been screaming about. This is what he said in front of the town hall. He's been screaming about getting supplies, getting things that he needs, and that is what he wants to do. So we are two. We have so many things in common, and what would they spy? Someone taking a bath. Exactly. So it's okay, Zaf. It's all right. I know you're kidding. But there's 3 different languages here. There is Portuguese, there's English, and there's Greek. So in the chat, Zaf is having a laugh. He's having a joke, and Mr. Villager might be taking him seriously. And so that's what's going on there. Zaf is actually joking. However, we're not joking about what happened to Marmaduke and to Merrimack. Merrimack and Marmaduke, the fact that Marmaduke got injured is the reason that there isn't going to be any other punishment for leaving the colony without telling anybody, and including not telling Fried Switey. And she was actually distressed when she found that out. And he said he just didn't want to worry her, of course, but this was a serious thing. And look what I just did. Hold on. Let me quickly get that water before it does damage. I think I got to it in time. It might take away some things in some areas. Let me find out. Drat! Yeah, I did that. Let's see. It's coming down here, and it should go away in just a minute. We just want to make sure that I didn't lose any important stairs or something. I just did that. Nothing for now. And Zaf did spaghetti. Yes. He did spaghetti. So, okay. So we did have a little flash flood. There was one of these. That pipe broke. And so we had to make sure that there was no damage done down at the bottom of this area. Now, this is the area that we're talking about. right over here, this area right here, about a rabbit hutch. I'm going up on top here for a minute and we're going to look. And let me look here. Hold on. Let's bring these away. Let's come here. Let's put this back. Let's put this up. We're going to do a look at rabbit hutches for a second. The reason we're putting the rabbit hutch in is because Pierce explained to the city that the reason that Prasino did not suffer was because they had a rabbit hutch for the Druids, and the rabbit hutch actually helped them get through the bad time. So he is promising that the Druid Learning Center here will have a rabbit hutch. And let's look at the cliff style rabbit hutch for a minute. Cliffs rabbit hutch. Now we have one of these already. Let's come to husbandry and the rabbit hutch and level 5. So this is the I beg your pardon. This is the rabbit hutch we have. And just a second. Let me move it away from stuff over there. This is the rabbit hutch that we have at Prasino. And I think it's too big to sit in this spot right here. Plus it has a walkway. And right now, I think we can't do that. Hold on for here. Can't wait for the higher tier. Lies on what we could consider entire kingdoms. We're still here as just a community like any other. Thinking a little more, Prasino and Rosa Ouro are still considered towns, yes. But if it hits 150, then they would be considered true kingdoms. I think 250 makes them kingdoms. I think that when they hit 200, and the maximum you can have is 250. So when they reach 200, they can also be considered, they are definitely towns. Rosa Ouro and Prasino are towns. They only have 100 people. So yes, in Minecraft, that is pretty big, but it's still a small for Minecolony standards. That's less than half the number of people that you can have. Let's look at dark dust for a minute and see if there's a rabbit hutch. There is a rabbit hutch. Let's look at it. Level 5. The rabbit hutch looks like this. Right here. And they have one of those. We could change that out. But this is it. This is the rabbit hutch. This square right here. And we could do this rabbit hutch. We don't need a restaurant like they have at Prasino, because they have the Zeppelin, the firefighters balloon is up near the rabbit hutch. And so people come and eat there, as well as going around on the other side of the rock to the main restaurant. Ember is right here. This is the restaurant specifically for the Druids right here. And so we wouldn't really need a big place where they're going to do a lot of cooking and stuff like that. We just need a place for them to raise rabbits. And even though they have this kind of thing, when we get it finished to a level 5, we will make it the kind of scaffolding crossover so that the rabbits don't escape. And that will work really well in this area if we chose this one. Let's look for just a second. And Yeah, let's look for just a second at who. Let's look for Incan for a minute. I'm looking at places. I know there's one for cavern style, but cavern is very big. And I'm trying to find some things that are a little bit smaller. And rabbit hutch and the rabbit hutch. Okay, this is definitely smaller. And let me see what's here. Let me see where the rabbits are. Where are the rabbits? Aha, there we go. Okay, so wow, this is tiny. So the rabbits are in here, in this little space right here. And that's a little tiny. That is tiny. I think that's a little bit tinier than we want it to be. That's half the space of dark dust for the rabbits themselves. I think that's like a third of the space for the rabbits. Now it looks like they can, run around all in here, but then they escape. So let's look at another one for a minute. So that's Incan. We're just looking for something to use in this location. This might work perfectly someplace else, but it's not going to work for us. I want to look at, I've forgotten what Shire looks like. And so let's switch. Let's look at Shire for a minute. And switch. And let's go to husbandry. And let's look here and see what we're doing. We still haven't gotten to the hospital yet. And that's the thing that keeps happening. Let's look here and see what we're looking at. This is a level 1. Let's look at the level 5 of this. Let's see what this looks like on the inside. So there's the rabbit area right here, and it comes along here, and they have this whole area here. I like that. I like this. Let's look at the inside part right here. So this is the office area. And this is where they go in. We can make this the new style of entries so we don't lose any rabbits. And that'll work just fine. And yeah, so let's see here. There is plenty to be done, so it will definitely take a long time for something like this to take form. Yeah, there's a lot of things that still need. This will be done probably before the end of the week. We can probably get, because see where Hira is right now, he's working on these towers. When these 2 towers are done, we'll be able to have 10 druids assigned to the Druid Learning Center. And that is a good amount for the town. And I think we're going to be fine with that. I'm looking at whether this will fit into the mountain here without doing too much damage. So you see, let's go to sleep. Hold on for a second. We're going to come down here and I'm just going to sleep. There are beds in here. Why don't we go up? I'm not going to sleep in their bed, but upstairs there's no one here. Oh, there might be someone here. Alani is here. Okay, so we can't sleep here. Let's see if there's a bed on the other side. If there isn't, I'm just going to, how much time do I have? I have a little bit of time. Let's come here and go to this bed because there isn't anyone. Aha! scheduled here yet. So let's sleep here. And you believe that yours will grow faster than both towns grew in a more organic way, but certainly here won't be like this, at least not entirely, but it will be, you hope. And are you talking about when I used the seed that you have in 21 and come there? Is that what you're talking about, Mr. Villager? So just remember that I don't speak Portuguese or Greek. I'm learning them, but I don't speak. And both of these two men actually speak English to the point that I understand them. I could not speak about what's going on here in the same way in Greek or Portuguese. So it's very important to keep that in mind. And let's come over here for a second. Let's put this down so that the entry, I see it crossing over, and we can't have it cross over the restaurant, of course. So it would have to be back farther than the restaurant, and it's not going to work, I don't think, in this area. Even if we put it back here and had a walkway to it, it's going to take away this entire mountain right here. It's going to dig out all of this in the way that it's done in these areas, where see how these are underneath. I don't think I want to have that right in this spot right here. So I'm going to look at, let's pick cavern style for a minute, because cavern is one of those that won't. And nothing with gameplay for now. Okay. All right. Okay. You were wanting to discuss about options because you even have two in mind. You'll explain more sooner. Okay. Nothing to worry about. All right. You're talking about, I think he's talking about when we go to 21. When we go to 21, we're going to use, we're going to be in Mr. Villager's. Yahoo! Look at that! Dun, 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 dun. So he just finished working on the level 3, and there he is right there. And now he's going to start working on the level 3 of this one, because this is only a level 2 here. And then he will work on the level 4 of this one. I think this is Lissa's. So Ira is here. Lissa. Hi Lissa. And let's do build options, and the builder is going to be Hira. Upgrade the building. Yes, I know. I know. I saw it earlier. Yeah, okay. I know we're going to have more druids. I know you don't have anyone yet. Lissa's complaining because Chalia has someone to teach. Sorry, Alexia. Alexia has someone to teach, and Lissa doesn't yet. So that's why she's complaining about that. Let's come up again. Let's look at the cavern style for a minute. Wait. I am right here. And so we looked at this, and I do like this, and I could do what I've always done and bring the mountain back down on top of this area that's going to be underground. And I think that'll work. Bring the chimney out out. In other words, don't bury the chimney. And I think we could do that, and we could use this one. But let's look at cavern style for a minute. Let's switch and go to cavern. And this is cavern here, and let's look at a default. Let's look at the default rabbit hutch. Wow, that's big. But let's look at the level 5. This is the normal rabbit hutch here. We'll come in, and whoa, it looks like their chicken coop. This is what the chicken coop looked like. And they're very similar. They have a different area here. Giant carrot. Ah, that's cute, Lady Shatana. That's very adorable. Yeah, so that's the default. Let's go back and look at the, wait, we have to go back to alternative, and there's only an apiary there. So there isn't anything. So there's just the one for that. I think, let me look one more time at the mega hall. There is a rabbit hutch for the mega hall, and let's see what it looks like level 5. Let's come up here and see. So this is meant to be in one of the major halls, and you can see that the rabbits are down in in this layer here. The glass is broken in Chroma Hills because Chroma Hills glass, brown glass, is broken glass. If we were to make this, we would have to change the glass out. And so that is what it would look like in this. Okay, just for Lady Shatana right now and for her sense of humor, chocolate bunnies are for eating, not for breeding. Beware the evil rabbit of Carbonol. Whoa, don't play hopscotch with rabbits. You will always lose. White carrots are a sure sign that Bunnicula is around. Ooh. Oh, that's very cute. That is very cute. And, but we can't use it. So we are more than likely. There's one more that I want to check on for just a minute. I could check on Warcraft and see, but they have too much ground around them, and that's always the problem. And we looked at Incan. That's going to be it. There really isn't going to be anything at Shire. There really isn't going to be anything that's going to work the way I would like it to. Space Wars sometimes has underground stuff. Let's look and see what the rabbit hutch looks like. Oh wait, Space Wars rabbit hutch is the one with the face. Space Wars rabbit hutch is the amazing one. Yeah, with the face. And we can't put that here. I'm not going to put that here. Even if I flipped it. See how much ground there is around it? So even though it's in the hill, but it's in the hill. Huh. Let's flip it for a second and put the hutch itself on the other side, which is what we just did. See, it's there. Let's bring it down and see how much space it's actually taking up. Hold on a minute. Let's come here and let's bring it right to here. So the back of this building we'll be able to see with the blue, And let's come down. Oh yeah. Yes, remember? Yeah, that's right. Well, you know something, Saf? Maybe I'll put this in just as an homage to that time because it doesn't have as big a top as, see, it doesn't have a big top on it the way Shire did. And it's half underground already. This might work out really nicely. So let's come down here. I was trying to put the hutch part with the face, have it be right here. So let's move this forward for a minute and bring it down. Let me see where I'm bringing it down. I think I didn't move it forward enough. Oh, I did. Okay, good. Let's bring it down a little bit more right here. I would like to try and have the face. I'm hoping this will work. You missed the bat? Aww, was always there. Yeah, that's true, it was. Let's come down here. And let's move this forward, come down to here. And so this is where it is, right here. Now there is, we can't have it be over there. So the rabbit face is going to be right here. The rabbit face is going to be right here. We can't have it come closer to here because it'll cut into this part. See where it is already? Right here, cutting that corner off. We don't need that corner, so I'm not concerned about that. But right here is where we would put it. So the doorway, and let's do this for a minute and then we'll have a whole I want to have a whole hour to work on the hospital. So let me get a pickaxe here, pickaxe, an axe, and a shovel for a minute. And let's come back here. See where this is right here. I'm going to come back to here so we can find where the building begins. And there's the building right there. And you can see this is a building right here. And so, ooh, yep, that's what we wanted to see. So there is the door right where we have that little area where the walkway is. I'm doing a lot of umming and ahhing, aren't I? I am. See? Too many ums. I'm going to take this part away right here. And let's put this here and let's see what happens if the tree goes away in this area just a little tiny bit. And there we have it. So we could bring the stone, the stone right here, all the way over to this part right here. We have this. I'll take this away for right now and just have this be, because this whole piece might just go away right in this spot. And if it did, this is what I want to see. Where's the walkway in relationship to this door? So we would have to put something here like a fence to keep them from doing what I just did, from falling into that area right there. There's nothing there and they'll fall into it. But it will work. We can actually have the rabbit hutch right here, and all it's going to take away is this part right here, and we can put some of that back, and we'll have the little rabbit yard with the little rabbit face peeking out right behind that building right there, which would actually be quite cute to do that. If I moved it back and moved it more underneath, let me just look at something for a minute. So if I moved it back to here, so that the place where the rabbits was right here. See where this is right here? So no one would be walking in this spot. This spot can be cleared away because this is right in front of this area right here, and this hutch would be here. Let me see what's going on with that. See, the funeral parlor is only to there. And then it left. I know, we left too. So if we brought it back to here, we don't really need the windows in that part. We do need that they're not going to take away any part of this building. So it does have to be out to here. And we'll have some windows there. Maybe they need some windows for a different reason. Now let's find the opening. So what we're talking about is right at this point right here will be the hutch area with the fence is going to be right here. See, right over this walkway. So no one's going to come this way to try and get into the hutch. And if we put this part right here, there's the door. And look at how perfect, look at this, right up this walkway here. And that absolutely works. So let's go in here for a minute. I've got to find the hut block for a second, which is sitting right in this corner, right back here. We've got a hut block, and we need to look at that hut block. There it is. So this is where the hut block is, and this is where the rabbit hutch will be. And that's the door back into the cave where the rabbits actually live. And we've got this like this. I'm going to leave this stone here. We'll see what happens when they remove this part. I would like to put that part back, and I'm going to use this section right here to show where that goes, so that we put back that part. See this part right under here? This area here. You can't really see at night. We're going to go back and sleep upstairs. Let's do that. Let's go back over here to this one. There are 2 beds up here now, and we're going to sleep in one of them for the night. And then we will continue. So this is how we are assuring the town that they are not being treated differently from Krasno, that the villagers had nothing in New Manchester, had nothing to do with them not receiving supplies. All of that is very, very important. So let's fill this part in right here, right where this is. Oh, I filled it in with the wrong color. Hold on for a second. Can you see that? That was Ember coming to work. She owns the eatery, the Druid eatery right there. I think she's going to be quite happy to have the rabbit hutch here for as a part of what's going on here. So I think that that's going to be very cool. All right, that's it. Build the building. Assign a builder. So when Hira is done working on the Druid Center, he's going to begin working on this rabbit hutch right here, and see how close it is. So it is definitely right here like this. Now if we wanted to, so that the hutch would be ready for the druids who are already here, so that they're able to train properly and stuff, we can have him started. This is a level 3 right here. So let's cancel the upgrade. This is a level 3 tower, and this is a level 2 tower that needs to be a level 3. This is a level 3 tower here. Hold on a second, is it? Oh yeah, it has 2 beds, good. Let's cancel this one also. So we're going to have him work on the rabbit hutch before all the druids come in. And I'm gonna have to take this light up from here, and here is this area back here. We'll just put this light here just for now while he's working on this. I'm a little afraid of the way that hutch is facing, but I think it's facing a wall. There's actually a wall here, and this is the fence. That's what it is. And this doorway, the place where we were saying that it was perfect, that the doorway, hold on a minute, was right here. Just a second. This part right here. So when they come in, hold on a second. There's something wrong with the way that rabbit hutch is sitting. Now we turned it around. I want to look at something for a minute. I'm just afraid for a second about something. Shoot. So let's come here, Space Wars, Husbandry, and the rabbit hutch. So this is the rabbit hutch level 5, and see, normally the hutch is sitting on this side, and the rabbit place is right here facing this way. Something's wrong. Hold on, let me look at this. So let's switch it. So we're switching it. So now turn it around and let's look at it. So now the rabbit hutch is on this side, and the rabbit piece is facing the wrong way. Ooh. So even though it turned everything around, it did not turn around the hut block. Oh, now that's interesting. I might be able to get them, I might be able to have a correction for that. Let me see who this is. Let me look at who it is. Oh, that is interesting. Yes, see, the rabbit hutch is facing the wrong way. The hut block. Let me look at something for a second. Let's come to the pack. It's Space Wars. That means it's Ray. I might be able to... Zaf, I see. You're going to lay down, but you're still listening? Okay, I understand. It's late at night. So, and it's Tuesday. So, yeah, I totally understand. I'm not going to set this, shoot, after all that, but it's a good thing I looked. I am going to see if I can get that hut block straightened out. I'm going to report it and see. I mean, it's not really important, so it probably isn't going to get, we'll see what happens with the attention. And we'll do this first. So let's cancel the build. We don't have a build option yet. And I am going to have to show a picture. I'm going to have to take a picture of the hutch showing that when it's reversed, so this is it in its when the hut is reversed, that the hut block is facing the wrong way. And so I think I can show it right here, that they'd be able to see that the hut block is facing the wrong way here. They might say that the hut block, it doesn't matter which way it's facing. They might say that. We'll find out. If it doesn't matter, then that'll be wonderful. But right now, I want to take a picture so that they can see that the hut block is facing the wrong way, and then I'll explain to them when it is facing the wrong way. Is there some way that I can get that? Let's do that picture right there, and let's do this picture here showing the hut block sitting in this corner right here of the level 5. Let's take a picture right there of that. Good. And so those pictures will let that, we'll see what happens. In the meantime, I'm not going to remove it, because if they say it doesn't matter, then I'll just go ahead and build it like that. And what I might do, since we have room on that side, is I might actually pull that wall out in that area, just so that they can walk around on that side. Look, I'm rubbing my eyes like it's late at night here. Oh my goodness. Okay, so that is what the people now have, some assurances. Hira was pulled off of the bakery detail, and Hira was assigned to work on the Druid Center so they can have more Druids. And then so they can have, so their Druids will not be dependent on the rabbit feet. The rabbit feet, you know, that Druids need rabbit's feet, coming from Prasino, that they will have their own rabbit hutch, and that is going to make them feel more secure. And so now let's come back over to the hospital. So the next thing is to sort of correct what happened, that the hospital here does not have a full working office for Marmaduke. And so we're going to come down here. Marmaduke is not working right now. I must be on top of a tree, something there. So yeah, we worked on this hospital, you say. Yes, we did. But look at his office. We never did anything about this office here. And we said that we were going to. There's nothing in this area for when people come and they are sick and they need to be checked in. There's nothing here. We just have the beds. We did make a nice seating area for when they're waiting to find out or visiting. We do have bed area here, and we do have beds in this area. Now, we don't actually have a lot of room here. So I want to see something on the outside of this building for a minute. So see where this is, see where his office is, and see where the stairs are. We could bring it out a block, but that's going to mess with, but not so much. Look, the building's already coming out on that side. See how this part is coming out already right here? Uh-oh. Let's land for a second. Good afternoon. And you're by good afternoon. And okay, Zaf is saying, just in case he goes to sleep, Zaf is saying, have a good afternoon to everyone. And if he goes to sleep, we're going to say to Zaf, sweet dreams and have a good rest. And it's okay. I know you're still watching, and that's fine. No worries. Everything is good. So we could even bring it, there's a window right here. We could maybe extend, but let's see. Hold on. You're welcome. Afgaristo for being here, Zaf. And so, like Zaf wanted me to do earlier, I'm going to slow down just a little tiny bit without changing anything. We maybe could do, let's look upstairs. This hallway right here doesn't have anything in it. And there's nothing here. So this is an interesting place. So it has these rooms, it has a lot of rooms. But it only almost makes it that each room has to have medical places more than we have right now for the doctor to work at, because there isn't a lot of office here. So this is where he's going to have his books, where he's going to have his things, and I think we're going to end up putting paneling on the outside here and having this stretch back. And let's take this down for a minute right here and see how much space is here. We could extend this back for him. Now that's the bridge right there, and this is part of the building right here, but we could extend this room back underneath the bridge and have the bridge be sitting on top of this. So in other words, right here, we wouldn't have a piece of the support right here for the bridge, and we could bring this back to here. This would give us about the same amount of room that he has. And this part right here looks like this. If we did this in this area, hold on a second, we might have to just bring this over and then cover this part of the walkway and cover this with paneling. What is this up here? This is slabs, but we would have to use paneling in this area. Let's take this light down for a minute. We'll have to put in one of these right here so we can see. And we'll take this part away right in this here. Take this part away and have this part of the building, okay, fine. Have this part of the building come over like that. Just right there. And we're not, I don't know that I can have this corner. Let me look, let me put a light, hang a light here for a second. So, oh, I can have that corner. Okay. Well, that's good. That's going to make it actually quite nice in this spot. So, let's come here. And look, Mr. Villager, you're being very quiet. And I am going to build the cheese, the little cheese cellar that you made. I'm really going to be happy about putting that in. That is just really going to be so nice. Let's put in the floor in this area here. And there we are. And we'll start looking at the walls in just a moment. Well, no, let's do that now. The rest of the hospital. Yeah, you're quiet. Let's start up here and go one. Oops, I didn't do that right. There we go. So we have these parts of the room that match the rest of the hospital for right now. And so we're putting in this area so that he has walls in this section. And then we'll see if we want to indent things into this part right here. And we'll put that in. So he still has this. Do we want to bring it up right here like this? We could, but we can't bring this up. See that part right there? We actually can't bring that part up. So all of this right underneath here needs to be covered with this white concrete. So let's come here, CYNCR, and there is concrete. We don't need these anymore. Let's get not quite that much. Let's get some of this. This is going to be a kind of medicine cellar. Yes, it is. It definitely is. And let's get architect's cutter. There we go. And let's put this in right here. And let's get this. We need panels. We need these panels. We'll put these here. And we're done with that for a minute. Let's make the ceiling. So see, the ceiling in here is white too. So we're just going to make this entire ceiling area right here be white. Right in this spot. And I think I can put that there. There we go. So there's 1, 2. 3 and 4. And so there we have that area right there. Do I need to put? Yes, I do. All right, so this is his office area here. So there's not much room here. We could put a chair or something right here. Let's put, based on where this door is, and that he is actually going to have a door here, which is going to make this a problem because these are walls. Let's see if it is going to make it a problem. Let's find, I don't think we have any doors. That was the whole thing here. Do we want to have a sliding door in here? Let's see if we can. That's in keeping with the way this place is already. We could do, what color doors do we have there? Those look like mangrove. They are, but those were meant to be like red because this is a hospital. Here we don't have to have those. So we can have stripped birch. Let's do birch. So doors. And we don't need this right now. We'll hold on to this. We might need it later. Stripped doors. Stripped birch doors. So these are birch doors, so I could use this sliding door and this whole door. And let's see how this looks. Uh-oh, there's someone who's sick. Hi, Marcos. Yeah, I see. She's going, is she going to a room or is she going? Okay, well, you take care of that. And let's look here and see what happens when we put this here. That's what happens. But look at that. Ah, that's such a shame, isn't it? They can't use this door unless it's a 3. I forgot about that. Because they can't get in, I don't think. Let me see if he'll go into the office. Maybe they can. Should I recall him? Let's recall him for a minute and see if I can get him to go through those doors. You will gladly help? Okay, I know. Let me recall. Let's go in and let's recall him and see if he'll get out. So recall the worker. There he is. Okay, so he just went there and I'll see if he walks out. It's almost time. It's not. It's 8 o'clock in the morning, so he's not going anywhere. Oh, wait. Yay! He did go through the door. Excellent. So what I'm going to do is just have this here like this. I don't want to take away this detail. I actually like it. So when the door is closed, it's going to look like this. But the door is going to usually be open. And I'm not going to have them close it at all. We just want to suggest that the door would close by having that door there. And so let's look. And now, I know, I really want to do a little bit more. This is his window right here. This is underground, so we can't do anything with this part. And he does need the things, a lot of the different things that were in Fastrid's office. We could do stuff like that, except we'll do it this way. So let's look at Moa. So let's come to here for a second. Let's come to here. Let's come to here. Let's go to Moa. And this is Moa Science. And let's look and see what kind of things we have. We don't have any desks as a part of it. They have mostly hospital stuff once we get the counters and things in. So let's start with, let's go to counters. I'm trying to think who who would have the kind of counters that we want? Let's just look at counters, period, and see. Counter.
Oh, I've worked enough for today.
So in the other hospital, we used these counters in the other hospitals. We used this and this. Let's see what else we can find if we want to make it different. We could do full bone, which we didn't do there. A lot of bone pieces. There are countertops, but they don't have drawers to attach. And here, these are the ones with drawers. Let's come to drawers for a minute. And let's see what counters we have for just a second with drawers and see what we can do here. Look at these pretty colors of the fur. Look at that. That's actually really nice. And that's, of course, jacaranda. And this is macaws that's been updated to include some of the biomes of plenty wood, which looks really nice. Or we can do the traditional Mr. Crayfish colors in here, and then bye. And then there are some additional pieces. Mr. Crayfish's new pieces. Ooh. The new Mr. Crayfish pieces. This will be perfect. Let's use these. Let's look at bookcases for a minute. Let's go to bookcases down here. We do have the bone. I don't remember what it looks like right now. We can try that. I don't want the gold. We can use that is a small bookcase there, and then the regular bookcases, and we can do some of those. Let me look at the, hold on. Let me look at the small bookcase for a minute. And this is why we would need to bring this back a little tiny bit more to give us some space to do some of the things that we're talking about in this. Why am I putting this back? Let's bring the ceiling over here. Let's bring this part of the ceiling here. And if we put in bookcases here, let's put in the floor right here. If we put in a bookcase here, we would need this wall part to be here on this side right here. And let's do that. So let me see what this small bookcase looks like. Oh, that's nice, actually. Uh-oh, I just hit the other block. Hold on. And there we go. Put that back. That's nice, but it looks like it should be in a single area. Like we could put it in the middle of this part or something. Concept. You sent a concept? Let me see what you sent. Let's see what you sent me. Oh yeah, that is very nice, and thank you for reminding me. That is a very good idea for an examination table. And for where we are and for where the door is, the examination table should be right here. And let's put it in first. Exam MOA. Let's go back to MOA for a second. We're going to get a science, one of MOA's science beds, and put in here. So let's go to the beds right here. We're going to use, let's use this one. Let's use this bed, and we can put it in right here, and let's see how that fits in. It fits, but there's not a lot of room for them to walk around and see what's going on, is there? There really isn't. Or to put things beside the bed. The bed should probably be right here like this, an examination bed, which almost means that that needs to go back a little bit more, doesn't it? Let's bring it back some more. Yeah, I'm actually pulling out this part completely of this area. It's easy to do because there's a road up above, so we don't have to worry about that part. And then all we have to do is just make some walls in this section. This is the fun of being able to make things underground, because as Mr. Villager said, this is like a medical cave that's happening here. And I'm going to put this in. Okay, now what happened to it? Let's come here. Let's put this away and this away. Let's put this away for a second. We can leave that there. Let's bring this down. And now let's look and see. So then we could have it be right over here like this. Then he can walk around on both sides, which is very important. And if we wanted to, we could have a monitor. Let's go back. I think I made it go away by mistake. We can go back to here. There should be a monitor, and here it is right here. We could have this monitor be here like that, and we like that. And to make the path up there not erode, that is true. Let me fix that right there and right there. So let's go out for a minute. I'm going to show everybody where we're putting that. I'm not going to need these two anymore. They're in the room, and we actually don't need these. They're in the room too. So let's put them there so I can have a bare hand. So this is the window to his office, is right here. You can see the floor, you can see the hut block sitting here. And this on the outside is where it is. So right here where this part is, can I have dark oak? Nope, there's no dark oak in MOA. Dark oak, D-R-T-K. Dark oak here. We're going to bring this down in this area because now there's nothing here. Let's put this here and finish off the building right there, and then let's take these and make them full just in this section right here. So we're going to put full block where this bridge is over top of this section, and you can see that this part of the building doesn't have this extension right here. And so there we go. This is new. So in the beginning, the people used to sleep all over, and this might be a thing that they were complaining about, that Rosa Ouro is behind in research, and there is research for the druids to not sleep as much, and I don't think that research was done here. And let me look at something for a minute. I know I'm interrupting myself, but let's come here and look. Game mode, survival. Let's go into survival. Everybody is gone to sleep, including the druid, who's right here. So let me come here right quick and go in, and let's check and see if in fact that combat has been done. A chance to score. These are different. Hold on a second. Let me look at something. We had to have accuracy in order for what? In order for what? Let's see. I don't remember that. There was something here that we needed it for. Tactic training. We had tactic training because we needed something, arrows or something. All of that is gone. Look, this is all different. This might actually be, oh, how interesting. Avoidance. And we had looked at this. I think that these are different in the way that they are improved evasion, which means that archer armor is 25% and they have dive, knight's armor here for duelists, and provost. Interesting. And then improved leather. This is where we got our plate armor from here. And then here now is regeneration. Guards flee. Avoid. They gain swiftness. I don't think I need these. And finally, down here, we needed taunt in order to get to paranormics, which is needed for the druids. Request magic potions to unlock new abilities. So we needed that for them. So we have that. I thought it was in this area, but it's not. It must be in civilians, or they took it away. But it used to be that you could do something where guards would not sleep as much. And is that actually gone? Is that why the guards are sleeping at night now? Hold on, because there was something and I don't see it. I thought it was a part. I'm actually going to have to go back and look at an older one of my streams just to see when I'm in research to see the difference in here. That is a completely different way that the guards are working. Now they're going to have this big contest, Minecolonies is, towards, I've forgotten the date, I apologize. But you can go out to Minecolonies' own site on Patreon if you're a patron. You can go to Twitch if you have a Twitch account, and you can see when they're going to have, or you can go to Discord. And on Discord, you do not have to be a patron to see the Minecolonies Discord. So if you are not a patron, you can still get information on the Discord. So Discord would probably be the best place. They're going to have an event, and the event is going to be on their server where they're actually going to have raids, and they're going to choose who has planned the best for raids. And it should be interesting. It should be a curious thing for those who like those. They've done it before. It's interesting to watch and would be very curious if you're into that kind of thing. It is the monsoon season. It's raining again today. But yes, they're actually going to have that. So when I look at this, let's go back here. It seems like there is no longer a place where you could reduce the amount of sleep. I'm going to go back to combat and let's look again. Coffee. There it is. This is new with 4 golden carrots. See that right there? That's it. Guards need 100% less sleep. This is either new or was never done here. And this is the thing that we need right now. Now, I don't have any golden carrots on me, but I am absolutely going to request, in the time it takes me to go down to a place where there is a post box, because there isn't one right in this area here. See? And this is what they could complain about. There isn't even a post box. Here's the closest post box right here. And let's request golden carrots. Golden carrots, let's request 16. And we'll do that. And deliver what's available. Deliver what's available. Okay. And there we go. So we'll see. And I know it's morning. That is one of our blacksmiths right there. And we're going to come back over to here. So I can't start this for right now after so long. Yeah, definitely needed, hi Bowden, definitely needed to do something about those things. Okay, so we found it, and that's why they're sleeping on the job again, because here that's been redone, and it has a different look there. And maybe it hasn't been. I'm going to go back and check and see. I have pictures of going there, so we'll go back and check and look and see if that's changed. Regardless, we cannot do anything more right now. We'll just have to keep an eye on that. The fact that we need to be able to do that. So let me go in this room and change back into a mermaid for a minute. It's very hard to decorate when I'm not a mermaid. Me, that's just me. I like having lots of things at my disposal. And so I like to do it this way. And here we go. You play your game. All right, so there we are. Look at this. So that is greatly improved. I want to see, we have wood and we're in the Badlands, and there's a part of me that's thinking that we can do better, the outside can just be covered over. So the outside can have stone pieces, but the inside can be, the inside can actually be colored, and we can pick some color for it. It is daytime. It's only 11:30. Doesn't it look like it should thunderstorm? Doesn't that look awfully dark? But there is no thunder. Uh-oh. Did I hear thunder? No, I don't think so. Hold on a second. And I'm going to read something for a moment. Hold on for a second. I'm reading chat. Also, what was defined? I knew that. Okay, they can't use this bed, but I can. I think I can. No, I can't. Okay, no one can use that bed. They won't let me sleep there. I can sleep in here if I use the blanket, because it is a thunderstorm. So let's take this and let's go to sleep before someone gets struck by lightning. Okay, there we go. I knew that looked dark like that, so hold on a minute. What was defined in relation to Marmaduke since yesterday? You just forgot and you want to hear it again? Yeah, hold on. And also in chat, Mr. Villager is saying, wow, is this bed for who with what? Black plague? The ambience is so sad in the room, not wanting to offend. I know you will make something good. And sure enough, yeah, because this isn't enough right here. We're not finished. But let's see. So there's Marcos. I'll say to Mr. Villager, what happened was that Marmaduke was injured, so he couldn't do his duties as the head of the hospital. So his grandson was brought in from the Earth Sciences Center to be to take his place while he recovers. And let's look at terracotta for a minute and find some colors. We could just do white like hospitals and have it be pretty antiseptic. This is going to show that the walls are not really white. Let's do gray. We can't do white because the whites won't match. Let's do gray, terracotta, and let's look at the different grays that we have. There's light gray. Let's look at terracotta, concrete, light gray, crete, light gray, and let's look at fluffy, dark prismarine for the walls, too dressy. Fluffy, UFF. Fluffy has a nice gray, and we'll do this. Or is this too toilet vibes? You mean, would it look too much like a bathroom? Is that what you mean? I think this is the best color. The fluffy is actually the best color that we can use. We're going to use an institutional gray in here, but his furniture is going to warm up the place. So the furniture that he has in this room is going to make it that it is not so institutional looking. But hospitals have a tendency to be institutional sometimes, don't they? So, did you hear somebody coughing? Somebody in the hospital coughing? Oh. I might have to do something at the top there of that, because that looks like that's outside. And you don't know, it just brings more than a pool floor look. Oh yeah, this one. Yeah, I like this look for this. And now we have these for the walls in here. And you know, we might as well go ahead while we're doing this. Let's take, that's a stair piece right there. We can't make Fluffy into stair, so we're just going to have that, these places right here. I have to really be careful with the hut block, so I can't rush in this part right here. But we're going to just take this whole area out, and this is going to be one of the first areas that is not stone. And there we go. Now we do, because of, let's see if I can put those lights in this part right here. Let's go to Simply Light. There it is. And let us put in, let's try putting these in. We don't need these others. The color is in the room already. Are those the same? Yes. Let's see which one we can use. So it's at the top. So we can put one there. That one's going to hang like that. And we can put one right there. I don't think, yeah, we can't put any in this room. In the room, we would have to put in these, and we could put one, we could put two right here. Let's put these in right here like this, over the bed where the examination, and then let's have another set of them right here. So we'll put these in. There we go. And those are the lights. Now we don't need these. I don't like them as much. And yeah, look at that. That definitely looks like something. And we're good for this part right here. Now, we had liked the wood for that, for this. That looks really neat. I would love to put that somewhere, but there really isn't any place to put it. And so I'm not going to be able to use it here. Maybe in his home or something. We're going to end up using books up above, bookcases set into the wall right here, back behind book. And we can do that. Hold on for a second. And they would look like this. We'll just do that for a moment until I decide something else. Close to the hut block, it's the same. Yes, it is. It's very scary. So now, if we wanted to do desk parts, I'm looking at this and seeing if I like this here. I'm not sure. This is what always happens. Let's go ahead and have him have his area right here. Let's have it come all the way around. So even though this is right here, we're going to start right here and have cabinetry right up to the bed. So let's do cabinets for a minute. And I'm going to put in the full white cabinets that belong here. We've got these ones right here. We're not going to be able to use this stuff. So we've got this, that's like gray, this is white, and this is what we're going to put into this section right here. So right here, we're going to have that. What should we put in this inner part here? We could put a light in here. We did that somewhere in the other hospital. We could put a light behind here. Let's see what it looks like. Oops. Let's see what light we can put in. The frog. There's the frog lights. If we did a purple, let's see if it's too weird looking. That looks like something medical, doesn't it? That definitely does. That looks like something medical that they would have. That is curious. That is curious. That actually is. That is very interesting there. Let's pull this back. Let's put these in the wall here and here and see what's showing there. So let's get this part for the wall. These parts of the wall that are showing right here. Let's get those to not show. I'm going to leave that for a minute. We'll put that there. Okay. So we've got this part right here. That looks like something they would use. It absolutely does. Let's put a sink in, S-I-N-K, for washing hands. We have this wonderful new sink. This sink right here. We don't need the frog anymore. The fluffy is in the room. We can put the sink to one side. So the floor and the wall. Let's put this down, and sure enough, we do need a fluffy wall right there. Have the sink right there with that cabinet. We're gonna have to pull that cabinet out and have something else there. Cabinet, C-A-B-I-N. We probably will not be able to have a cabinet there. We'll have to have this just be wall right in that spot. Have a cabinet here. And that works fine for putting some things in. I've got a new message. Let's see. Tension moments. Hold on a second. You break some blocks close to the hut. Oh yeah, that part. Hold on. Let's look and see what he sent. Mr. Villager is sent me something. Chicken has witnessed things. So I'm so sorry. You know, I'm really going to have to get a Discord so that you can see, you can share, everyone can share what's going on between Mr. Villager and me in these very silly things that are happening here. So let's take this out and let's use this, and let's put in the cabinetry here. There's that. What's the difference between these two? Mr. Crayfish refurbished. That's the part that we definitely want to be there, so that part is fine. We're going to end up doing the same thing here. And let's put these back in the wall right here. Let me look. That is not, oh, ha, ha, ha. Yep, there it is. We no longer have this window. So we're not going to have a window here anymore. We're just going to have this be stone right now until we put something else. Let's look here. I don't have any other place where that's coming out, and that'll be fine right there. You can't stop remembering Prasino's chicken faces. They are very silly, aren't they? Look at this. Look how much better this is. Look at how beautiful this is. And we haven't even done the reception yet at all. But look at the difference that makes just coming to the door. This is going to make Marmaduke very happy. And Pierce apologized for me. I was not at the meeting, and I was not there so that it would be clear that this had nothing, that this was not about the ambassador. Because I am a mob, and it's really easy for people to begin to think things. Because I am a mob, actually. So it would be easy for them to make some conclusions, and we did not want that to happen. Okay, is there something back here? Ah, it's right behind the tree. Yay! All right, so these chickens actually witness things. Yes, for sure. So now in this area right here, let's just go ahead and put a place where he has a desk and things like that. And we cannot make this lower, this part right here. So the only thing that we can do here is put this in right in this spot right here and bring the, is that the floor? Yes, it is. Bring the floor over. And yeah, this is what happens. And before you know it, you've made an entire new area. And which is always fun when you're underground. You can do so many things when you're underground, and we're expanding this doctor's office right here. So now he has books here, and now all we need is for him to have let me see this for a second. If we bring this back one right here, I can put half books in some of those areas, and I like the idea of that. So nope, that has to come here and here and here. I will actually do something about that on the outside. When I get to the outside, we'll fix those areas where this part of the room shows on the outside and make that look better. I want to do this so that we could, right here, let's put in another set of these right here. So we've got this right here, one here, and one here. Wait, there's nothing there. We go and put those there. Let's make these go away. I don't need them, because what I do need right now is, did I make it go away? I did. I need the architect's cutter, so let's bring this down. Let's get the architect's cutter, CH, and there we are. And let's get books, B, oh, okay. Let's get a bunch of them, so that we can make half books. So right here, we'll put this in. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't tell Mr. Villager what he asked about. So, because he had left town without an escort, without telling anyone, he was actually in violation. So he was actually could have been fined. But because he got injured, the council essentially said that they are waiving the fines because his injuries were enough, they felt, for him to understand how serious it is leaving town. And everybody saw his injuries, so that is going to make them less likely to leave town. The thing that the people in town were afraid of is that people will invade or something like that. And they were assured that that wasn't going to happen. And that's one of the things that happened during, I think I have to go to here and go to here first before I can put this in. That is correct. Okay, so now we have half slabs. Let's put, I should be able to put one. Oh, I still can't because of that. All right, we'll just leave it then. We'll just make it look like that he has this area up here and he doesn't have anything here. How can this room look more fancy than the others? Isn't that interesting? Look at this. Look at what's happened here. This is pretty wild. So we're going to give him a desk and we're going to go to desks right now. Unfortunately, we can't use these. That's a shame, but it's okay. We're just going to make it look like they could put something up there, but they won't. Forgot that yeah, because we were working on this. But yes, and so that's what happened. So the people were assured that they were told that the rabbit hutch helped Prosino. Hi, Marcos. Helped Prosino not suffer as badly as Rosa Ouro did. And so this was the reason why we are putting in the Druid Learning Center having its own rabbit hutch. They don't want to be dependent on Prosino sending them stuff. They don't mind being dependent on Prosino for milk because they don't want to have cows in the desert. They don't want to have them. So, and it's not, there are cows in the desert all the time. It's just that they don't want to have large livestock. They don't have any pigs. They just now got a chicken coop. And so that's as much as they want to do. And the rabbit hutch is fine with them. What was I supposed to be looking at? This is how I forgot. So let's go to desks. I would like to have a white desk. I don't know that there is one. I know I could probably use the tops of this, but they show underneath that they're made out of that material. Unless we just have regular desks and we choose some lighter wood. What is that right there? That is actually excellent. Jacaranda. Jacaranda without any of the other desk paraphernalia, without drawers, in other words, is going to look like this. So let me see here. No, I don't like it. I think we need furniture. I think we need a furniture color. And he's got light colors in this area here. We have to put a chair or a bench right here. so that he can say to someone, have a seat here if they're not going to get on the bed. And he would be fine. And then if he wants to talk to someone, he's going to have a stool or something right here that he can talk to people when they're at the bench. And then he's going to have a chair right here for the desk. But nah, he definitely needs a desk. And so when people get scared, they make up all sorts of stories. So Marmaduke was convinced that the fact that these villagers actually had weapons was dangerous and was something that was going to affect the towns, the towns that we have, the Minecolonies towns, and he felt like he was warning the future, telling the future that there was this thing that was going to happen. Let's get some wooden desk furniture here. Let's find something light. We could use this. Let's pull this out and see if we want to. We could use this would be the birch. Hold on a second. Vincentius Primus, everyone, who's been very quiet. Did you swallow the wrong way? Did you swallow the wrong way? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It's drinking tea. He swallowed the wrong way. Hold on for a second. Let's see. I don't know. I love the tops of these, but where's the table part? It's not going to match. And that's a problem. Oh, there it is. All right, let's try these two and see which one we like better. We can put this in on both sides and put this in the middle, and it would look like that. That's actually not bad. It looks very medical as opposed to this. I don't know that this is going to look as medical. Let's see what it looks like. That's not bad either. Which one do you like the best, Mr. Villager? Do you like this one? This is the birch, the Valhelsia birch pieces right here. Or do you like this one here? This is Nosiphus. This is part of the new furniture of Mr. Crayfish. Gosh, I'm leaning towards this, but it's up to you. If you think that the more polished furniture, definitely the birch, okay, then we will put that in for sure. So we'll put this right here and this piece in here. Now there is matching chairs and stools. Let's look for the chair. We can use either the birch chair itself or this chair. We can use a chair with a pad on it, and there's where the color is going to come in. We can pick some color that maybe we're going to say is Marmaduke's color. What color do you think, guys? I'm sorry that Zaf isn't here. I know the purple is there. We could make it purple. We have another purple thing here. Or we could do traditional is good. Okay. Or we could do something else. Or we could just have it be a chair like this. We're going to have a stool. One of the stools be right here like this. We're going to have a stool sitting there like that. He likes to have something so that when somebody's sitting here, if he wants, he can sit right here and talk to them. And so he likes having that stool there. And so this is Marcos, not Marmadoc. Let's put in a bench right here. And let's look and see what our benches look like for just a second. Sorry about that. Look and see what our benches look like for a moment. That's the bench. This is handcrafted's bench here. And let me see what this looks like if we set a bench right there like that. It seems to match the furniture pretty well, doesn't it? That he has a bench sitting here. And we'll put that there. He needs to be able to walk around the bed here. We have that. We have this, have that. If we wanted, we could have another piece of medical equipment right here if there's something. Did you say something about the idea of the arenas idea? The arenas? Oh, out of nowhere there came an idea from the deep of your mind for the cities. What do you think of opening fighting arenas near the homes, like just out of nowhere? Nope. I would like to have some kind of sports. If there was a way of having sports, that would be fine, like the Romans did with not their arenas, but the Olympics, where they had sports that showed the strength of people and showed them playing games, that kind of thing, or showed the best archer or the best swimmer or things like that. But I would prefer that kind of thing in the same way that Rome did. And granted, Rome had arenas too. But we're not going to go the Rome way in that respect. But we can go the Rome way with actual Olympics, having a place where they would have Olympics. And that would be interesting and curious. Let me see. I've got all these pieces of furniture. Let me see right quick. And then I'm going to see if I can find some pictures or something that I can put in this room. But right now, we're going to look at MOA again and see if there's something else that we can use right here to see. You think you will get your phone charged? Okay. All right. Oh my gosh, it's after time. Look at the time. Mr. Villager, it's after time anyway. He's better. He definitely is, and I'll tell him that you asked about him. I have to go. I actually have to go. I'm late for a very important date. Thank you, everybody. Mr. Villager, thank you. I hope you like the outcome of that story. And we'll talk a little bit more about it on Thursday when I come back. And oh my goodness. And so everybody who's watching, thank you for watching. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Those of you who subscribed, I don't say this often, but thank you to everyone who has subscribed. I'm not a person who keeps asking that question. Don't worry. But I just have to every once in a while say I appreciate all the people who are watching who subscribe. Thank you so much. And enjoy your games, everyone. Enjoy watching all the other gamers. Thanks to Mr. Villager. Thanks to Zaf for being in chat. And here we go. We can hear Drone Hands music in the background. Drone Hands is a musician, and he has given me permission to use his music during my stream, and which is, I'm very appreciative. I'm also a patron of his on Patreon. So he has a Patreon, and his music is available on Bandcamp and Twitch and YouTube. So We're going to go. We're listening to his music, but now we're going to listen to Vincentius Primus take us out. So bye for now, everybody. Bye for now.